Shalom, shalom, and welcome. Welcome to End Times, Core 4, Transformation Cycles. My name is Symmanayah, and these are the words I am compelled to present to those who are drawn by the Almighty Father, by the Spirit of the Almighty Father Yahuah, in Yahusha's name. I say to you, Shalom again. Here I present the next component to Core 4, Safety. This is Part 1. Know this, I am compelled to believe that in sacrifice and being set apart comes the reality of recognizing what must be done regarding Yashar'al's safety. You see, my brothers and sisters, let us be mindful of all that is written in order to fulfill the things that are promised, the things that are foretold. There will be degrees of safety for those who will be instruments of the Almighty Father for fulfilling what has been promised. My brothers and sisters, the realities of end time will prove to press us into discussing matters regarding our safety. Please be advised, in order for promises and prophecies to be fulfilled, there will be times where safety is a critical factor. Safety also is a necessity for fulfilling end time prophecies regarding the final exodus and more. Consider, my brothers and sisters, if our enemies were allowed to kill us, all of us, how then can we witness the 144,000 Hebrews, Abrim or Abari, and Gentiles that are made one in Yahusha HaMashiach come to be? How then can we witness being gathered from the four corners of the earth? So I say to you, there are degrees of safety in order to preserve those who will fulfill what is written, what is promised. Be advised, if we continue to gather with compromising camps, fellowships, and groups, how then will we be able to recognize those who will be our betrayers, those who will indeed possibly persecute and kill us? If we continue to be among groups that we know we disagree with the teachings of the moray, the bishop, the pastor, knowing very well that they are wrong because the Spirit of Yahushua have opened our eyes, how then can we ensure our safety if we are in a den of mixed beliefs, mixed teachings, compromising actions and behaviors? Safety is critical, O Yasharal. Safety has its place, my brothers and sisters. Let me say this. I am also aware of what is written in Matthew 16th chapter, verse 25 and 26. It reads as follows. For whoever wishes to save his life shall lose it, and whoever loses his life for my name's sake shall find it. For what is a man profited if he gains the whole world and loses his own life? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his life? Notice that it said in the 25th verse here, it said, whoever wishes to save his life shall lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake shall find it. You see, that's the key. Losing our life for Yahusha's name's sake. Not being reckless, not giving in to compromising teachings and groups and practices and beliefs. My brothers and sisters, it would be wise for us to be able to keep the scriptures whole and alive. By being participants in keeping the scriptures whole and alive, here we can recognize and contribute to them being as endless water. In other words, constantly getting living instructions from what is written. You see, there is the literal and there is the spiritual. Let us be mindful that we have a guide in the Spirit of Yahushua. Keep in mind, various promises, in order for them to be fulfilled, there are times we must recognize what to do to ensure our safety. Let us now be mindful that sacrifice is not enough. Being set apart cannot stand by itself. Both of these, which will prove to have a need for recognizing an awakening set apart nation, both of these will prove that safety is also a component. With these said, let's visit the following. Leviticus 25th chapter, verse 17 through 19. Leviticus 25th chapter, verse 17 through 19. It says, and do not oppress one another, but you shall fear your Almighty One. For I am Yahuwah, your Almighty One, and you shall do my laws and guard my right rulings, and shall do them, and you shall dwell in the land in safety. Dwell in the land in safety. And the land shall yield its fruit, and you shall eat to satisfaction, and shall dwell there in safety. My brothers and sisters, I am quite aware of the literal. But like I said, there's also a spiritual side to scriptures. Though this may be as speaking to one specific time, remember the Almighty Father changes not. Can we not see that here in this passage, safety is a component of Abba Yahuwah's ways for his children? Let us also be mindful of the following, my brothers and sisters. For as many are crying out, as many are, and there are individuals who are not literally crying by words, but the urgency, the need to want to learn, the need to want to discern what must be done, believe it or not, can be defined as crying out. And I say to you, as we cry out to Yahuwah, the Almighty Father, in the name of Yahusha, seeking to understand, seeking to discern what we must and will do as ordered by him, it requires safety. And in Proverbs 11:14, it says, without guidance, the people fall. But in a great counselor, there is safety. Some versions say in a multitude of counselors, there is safety. My brothers and sisters, we have an obligation to study, to pray, to study, to pray some more, to seek to learn, to seek to discern. How do we understand what we must do in order to discern whether the counsel that we receive is indeed set apart? Where it says in great counsel or multitude counsel there's safety, it's talking about set apart counsel, my brothers and sisters. If we allow ourselves to be enticed by undiscerning counsels, by wicked teachers, mores, bishops, pastors, or any other influential individual who is unlearned or non-discerning, we may very well miss the mark regarding safety. We may very well find ourselves in a position that cannot ensure the safety not only of the one in the mirror, but those around us. Yashar'al, or Yashar'al, people among us, including me, are concerned and are seeking day to day what must and will come to be for an awakening set apart nation. I'm compelled to believe we are in preparation stage for the final exodus. I'm also compelled to believe we are in preparation stage for those who will shelter in place, who will gird up, who may be the final warning, the final instructions, the final demonstration of Yahuwah's cry to those who are struggling to see if he is indeed mindful of them. Keep in mind, if we spend times with compromising fellowships, I cannot stress this enough, if we spend time amongst compromising teachings, groups, or any other type of gathering, this may prove to be a distraction. If we are over in one geographic area, how then can we be in the other? If we are holding on to the left, how then can we be to the right? Or if we're holding on to the right, how then can we be to the left? Whichever direction the Most High has for us, if we are distracted and we fall victim to such compromising, influential, and wicked actions, then how then can we ensure our safety? Keep in mind, my brothers and sisters, these days are real. The realities of this journey is real. End times are real. I am aware that it is most difficult for us to discern the true spirit of Yahusha within us. But never have there been a time when the Most High expected something from us and did not equip us with all that we need to succeed in the task given us. In other words, be advised, my brothers and sisters, those who are truly drawn by the Almighty Father in Yahusha's name, we will grow in discerning what is necessary to ensure our safety as needed according to what is written. My brothers and sisters, come join me in exploring the possibilities of what's necessary to not only equip us for walking in the directions of safety, but also prepare us for our specific final days. I am compelled to believe that in order for us to be among those who are not led astray, we must be able to discern what to do. We must recognize various safety protocols. In other words, various safety methods for ensuring that we are doing what we are ordered to do by the Spirit of the Most High. This does not mean we can escape persecution and or martyrdom. But for those who will physically be alive when the Spirit of Yahusha comes to us physically, in other words, when the physical presence, when the physical return of Yahushua Mashiach returns, those who are physically alive will grow to realize that safety will prove to be a major component. It will have an impact on this journey to the set-apart mountain of Yahuwah. Come, O Yashar'al, set apart Yashar'al, and examine all that I am given regarding safety for an awakening set-apart nation. Come and witness the full spectrum of end times core 4 transformation cycles, and know and discern that we will adapt, we will adjust, we will be refined as we are disciplined by the Spirit of the Most High. We will grow to know that these 4 words have life and actions that are required: sacrifice, set apart, safety, and survival. Know this, my brothers and sisters, end times requires much from us. No, it demands a lot of us as aligned with what is written in the scriptures. What is your position, O listener, to these words? There are indeed many processes we will face. These are the days of transformation cycle. We will be transformed into a better me, a better you in Yahusha Mashiach, a better set apart brother and sister, a better set apart family. For we will indeed witness being brought together in unity. We will witness the 144,000 in a great multitude begin to take shape before our very eyes. And as this occurs, these things require times of safety. They require sacrifice, set apart, safety, and actions akin to and necessary for the survival until the final days that are written in scriptures regarding the promises from the Most High. I invite your questions, O listener, to these words. I invite your fellowship. I indeed invite discussion, prayerful. While I know it's not about me, O Yashar'al, it is about worshiping and obeying the Almighty Father. But know this: in order for there to be a gathering of 144,000 Hebrews, 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes of Yashar'al, as mentioned in Revelation 7, as well as a diverse group of many nations, kindreds, and tongues that represent a great multitude, all made one by Yahusha Mashiach. In order for this to come to be, we must recognize the reality of the role that safety plays in our coming together. Are you concerned about your safety? Come and explore these messages. There just may be some contributing instructions to bring about a degree of comfort and understanding, to bring about strength that will lead to the fortitude that is necessary to endure until the end. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, I also invite you to examine the messages in this series, End Times Core 4, Transformation Cycles. Examine them with focuses, or should I say with focus, on the need to recognize the importance of sacrifice, set apart, safety, and survival. Let's look at the realities, for as end times ramp up, if things become challenging, extremely challenging in the coming days, these words may prove to be useful. Until next time, O Yashar'al, hallelujah! Our redemption draws near. Hallelujah, and praise the Almighty Father, for he will not leave us void of knowing what we should do, what we must do. Believe it or not, all proof will come. End times are here. Until next time, be encouraged, my family. Shalom. Shalom. My name is Symmanayah, and I say to you again, Shalom.